Yeah. Hey, little ramen noodle recipe here, okay? So this is going to cut back on a lot of the fat. I mean, it's smokies, but so here's what we're going to do. I'm using 3. Usually you'd use 2, but this is for 2 people. And then you take smokies. Seems like nothing, right? Cheap little smokies. Doesn't seem like it would taste that good. But when they get in this stuff I'm making, they're going to taste really good. And you chop up about, I don't know, 10, 15 smokies into small pieces. See? Small. And then so what you're going to do is you're going to cook the ramen noodle for, and I know this may seem redundant, but there's young people out there who've never cooked ramen noodle. So you're going to cook it and you wait till it gets boiling. Don't put it in there while it's still cold, because if you leave it in the water too long, it'll get mushy. Hence, that's why a lot of people say, I don't like ramen, it's got this mushy flavor. You boil it, and then you only put it in there for like 45 seconds, and then take it right out. So what we're going to do is when we pour it out, we're going to strain it. We're going to pour it in the strainer and drain all the water. And then just get some Cajun seasoning. Like I'm using Tony's. Normally I like the spicy, but so anyways though, usually season it all. If it's meant for meat or something like that, it's not that good. And then butter. But see, you're not going to use that much butter. You're just going to use one little square slice about that big, and just mix it in there just to keep it moist, you know, because when you strain the water out of it and you put seasoning in it, the season dries it up and it'll make it dry. So you need something, whether it be a little bit of water or a little bit of butter, to keep it, you know, moist. And these smokies, I'm going to throw them in the pan and cook them real quick. Smokies are like already cooked, you know, you don't have to cook them that good, but I'm just going to cook them just to heat them up to where maybe they're seared a little bit. And then there you go. After you strain it, you need a big bowl. You put it in the bowl. You put the Tony seasoning in there. Don't use too much, but don't use too little. You know, I would season it a little bit and then stir it, and then season a little bit more and stir it, and just keep tasting it. And once that season gets right, there you go. Great recipe. And you're not using these packets that come in the ramen noodle that are super high in sodium. You're just using something that the flavor, it's a spice. You know what I mean? So there you go. There's your ramen noodle tip for the day. And also, if you want to, you can put a little bit of paste pecani in there and mix it up just a little bit, and that'll give it some flavor too. But there we go. Thank you very much. This is the finished product. I put it in the big bowl and I put it in there, and I used hot sauce. That's what really made it. But habanero hot sauce is the best, I think. Okay, don't use some other kind of hot sauce and then tell me it was gross. Habanero is not that hot as long as you don't use too much, you know. So it's not really hot at all. But I use Louisiana Supreme now because for some reason they stopped selling the kind I like. So there you go, and it's delicious.